I'm sorry I've been a bit slack with the video uploads lately. I can only apologise. I'm back today to share with you 5 fragrances that I've been wearing this winter. Now, the reason I've got to get this winter list out pretty quickly is because we're in February now, so let's be honest. Some motherfucker is going to be releasing a spring list anytime soon. Word to your mother, my name's Steve, this channel is Fragrances. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it, as always. Sorry I've been away for a little bit. I've been taking it quite easy, to be honest, having a kind of a little casual approach to fragrances. I've not actually bought a brand new full bottle of fragrance since the end of November, so I'm doing really well on that, but I say that I did buy a fragrance this week, so I've kind of broken that now. But anyway, video to follow on that one. So today I'm sharing with you 5 fragrances that I've been wearing this winter. The reason it's 5 and not 7 or 10 is because I haven't been buying many fragrances and I want to keep this a bit short and punchier. So let's get on with this. In at number 5 is a fragrance that I recently spoke about in my top 10 Alexandria Fragrances video. So for those of you that missed that, I wanted to kind of feature that in this video as well, purely because this is a fragrance that really confuses me and I have such a dichotomy of emotion about. The fragrance I'm talking about is Apple Crumb from Alexandria Fragrances. It's a clone of Eau Jaune from Parfume Parlour, and it confuses me because I love the smell of it. Love, love, love the smell of it. I can't get enough of it. Yet, I don't really like smelling of it. Now, I'm just repeating myself if anybody's seen that video, so I apologise if you have. But this is such a confusing fragrance for me. It's got this rich almost booziness to it, and the cinnamon is just really yummy. So it's like a really addictive smell that I spray in my hand and I just want to keep smelling. It's just so yummy. Yet I don't really have any desire or urge to smell of it. So it's really weird. I kind of want to wear it so I can smell it, but not so I can smell of it. Comment below if there's any fragrances like that for you, that you just love the smell, or you love the smell on other people, but you just can't really wear. But that's the only reason I haven't bought a full bottle of this, and I'm still rocking this kind of sample bottle, is because I just don't know if I'm going to get the use out of a full bottle or not. So it really confuses me, but I just love the smell of this. So I think if you certainly like Eau Jaune, you'll love this, and it's probably better value for money. As you can get it in a kind of more affordable size. So yeah, Apple Crumb from Alexandria Fragrances, yummy fragrance that I love to smell, but I don't want to smell of. The fragrance at number 4 I've been wearing a lot because, well, one reason, it's new. You know what it's like, you get a new jumper, even in high heat, you've got to wear it, haven't you? So the fragrance I'm talking about is Shea and Blue Blood Oranges. So I've done a video on this. I mentioned that Santa got me this for Christmas. It's a fragrance that I've been wanting to wear, kind of wanted to try for ages, because this was kind of a blind buy. I requested this as a gift and I was fortunate enough to get it. But I'd never smelt it before, but I love mandarin blood orange type accord. And this has got it, but it does work actually quite well in winter. I've been wearing this a lot. It's because of the leather in there, it just gives it this extra kind of darker edge and a bit of almost a bit of oomph behind it. So it's not like this really light kind of fairy citrusy kind of nothingness. It's got a lovely rich proper organic natural orange mandarin type accord, and then after 15-20 minutes the leather comes in and gives it a real nice bit of oomph, which kind of gives it a bit of backbone and a bit of strength as well in this in the colder weather, though I'm not really going outside, I'm in a home office all day. Performance is okay, it's not brilliant, it's kind of lasting 4 or 5 hours on me or something like that, so you do need to top up, so this sort of travel size works quite well. But yeah, as I said in my last video of this, I really appreciate the quality of this above anything else, so it really makes me want to try more from the House of Shea and Blue. Let me know, what's your favourite from the House of Shea and Blue? The fragrance that's in at number 3 is a fragrance that I shouldn't like on paper, and if I read the notes I would never blind buy it. I wouldn't even want to try it, because the notes in this aren't ones that I like, which is weird. I'm not a big fan of cherry. I find that quite a sort of girly, and sometimes when I say girly I mean almost like immature kind of girly sweet type fragrance. Normally I'm not a huge fan of almond or heliotrope as well, which sometimes gets compared to almond. I'm not a fan of that either, so yeah, on paper this doesn't kind of really work for me. Yeah, I got sent a sample and I absolutely fell in love with it. The fragrance I'm talking about is of course L'Homme Idéal EDP version from Galan. So this is, it's just so yummy. You can see I've worn quite a lot of this. This just works really well. It really caught me off guard, this fragrance. I was not expecting to like this at all, but I loved it and I just kept wearing it every day for several days. It just works, the notes come together to really complement and work off each other. The cherry is kind of not too sweet, it's there, it gives it like this sort of sweetness to it and gives it some mass appeal. The leather in there kind of gives it a bit of a more manly edge, though this is totally unisex, but it just gives it a kind of a little bit more of a something going on, a bit more oomph, similar to the Show and Blue fragrance I mentioned. And the almond in there is not particularly kind of over dominating or anything like that, so I find it just works and it's really quite pleasant. So this I really enjoy. Actually, whenever I wear this around the house, I often get a kind of compliment from my son or my wife on this one. It just seems to kind of be really well received, and I just really enjoy wearing it, and it performs really quite well, really well too. This is definitely, of the ones I've tried from the L'Homme Idéal line, this is definitely my favourite. That's the EDP version. In at number 2 is a fragrance I sort of feel like I've rediscovered, because I've had it in my collection quite a long time and I used to wear it, but I've not worn it for ages. I reached for it, I don't know, a month or two ago, and I've kind of just been wearing it really regularly ever since. I sort of forgot how good it was. The fragrance I'm talking about is Black Tie Affair from Alexandria Fragrances. Now this is a clone of Tuxedo from Yves Saint Laurent. I've never smelt the original, so I can't comment how close it is, but this smells so good. What I love about this is, this smells like really good quality to me. This, again, I don't know how the quality compares to the original, but I think Manny and the guys at Alexandria have done a great job on this. I think it smells really good quality. But what I love about this is it's unique. I don't know of anything that smells like it apart from Tuxedo, obviously. But it smells kind of unique and a bit different, yet it's still very kind of appealing. It's not weird or unique. Well, it's not weird and wonderful and odd. You're not going to kind of get negative attention for its uniqueness. You're going to get positive attention for its uniqueness. It smells a bit different, but it smells good and kind of, I don't want to say mass appealing, but I think it's very likable, and the quality smells really good. But it works definitely better in cooler weather, and it's obviously more of a formal type fragrance, but I think you can wear it whenever. But it's so kind of, it's got a bit of everything, so it's so kind of well rounded that I feel that it's got a lot of versatility, and it's kind of almost like a cooler weather signature scent, to be honest. I'm really enjoying this. Highly recommend you try Black Tie Affair from Alexandria Fragrances. In at number 1 is a fragrance that I have not stopped wearing. I can't tell you how many times I've worn it, and it's a fragrance that several times through this season I've worn it one day and I've enjoyed it so much I've reached for it again the next day, which is really rare when you've got like getting on for 100 bottles or something like that. So let me know actually in the comments below, what was the last fragrance that you wore like 2 days on the trot just purely because you enjoyed it so much that you thought, oh, I could wear that again. The fragrance I'm talking about is Armani Code Absolute. Now, I've so changed my tune on this. When I first did the first impressions, I thought it was kind of nice and pleasant, but I didn't think, it just felt like a kind of sort of diluted, safer version of Armani Code Profumo to me initially. And in many ways it is, but I think that's one of its strengths. I think Armani Code Profumo can be, as much as I love it, a bit much, a bit sickly sweet. With this, it's just got such the right amount of sweetness, and it's so like well rounded, well blended. It's like, for me, this is an absolute banger. It really is. I've totally changed my tune in this. I fell in love with this fragrance owning it, and this is like become like a signature scent for me. Like literally, I only just did my top 10 fragrances for life recently, but I started thinking about, this is like teetering in the edge of that list and kind of getting into it. I'm enjoying it that much. Honestly, I'm not lying. I'm really, really enjoying this fragrance. So yeah, I urge you, if you haven't tried it, get your nose on Armani Code Absolute. I've not tried the gold kind of version. I think there's Armani Code Absolute Gold. I've not tried that yet. Let me know what that's like. Is it better than this? Is it worse? Is it worth having both? Do comment and let me know. But I'm genuinely really enjoying this. I actually now prefer this, I think, to Code Profumo. I think it's just a bit more balanced. It's kind of got a bit more versatility, yet it's still got that really attractive, mass appealing sweetness to it. This is just so likable, so easy to wear. I've just worn the hell out of this season. Yeah, Armani Code Absolute, it's a banger. So that's it. Those are 5 fragrances that I've been wearing this season. Comment below and let me know what you've been wearing this winter. I'll be curious to hear. If you did get anything out of this video, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. That would be appreciated. But don't feel obliged. You're an adult. You just do what you want. I'm not forcing you. Apologies again for not uploading much lately. I've just kind of taken my foot off the throttle lately with fragrances and had a lot more of a kind of casual approach to it, which has been really nice, to be honest. It's just, hobbies can become a little bit all-consuming, so do make sure you keep them in check, especially if they can be a bit expensive. So yeah, make sure you do that, it's quite important. And I've really enjoyed it, but I'll try to get back to kind of uploading a little bit more regularly. Anyway, thanks again for watching, I do really appreciate it, and I'll see you for a video soon. Take care, much love.